But now, it's time for the playoffs. After battling all season long, only the top 24 PBA pros of 2019 have made the cut, and at stake, $100,000 in prize money. Tonight, the playoffs kick off with 4 first-round matches. One of those featuring the pro with the fro. Your fan fave Kyle Troupe meets the Hall of Famer Chris Barnes in a new school, old school showdown. Round 1 of the PBA playoffs hits the hardwood next here on FS1. We welcome you to the first of 8 straight knockdown Mondays on FS1 as the PBA enters the Thunderdome of American bowling live from Portland, Maine's Bayside Bowl. It is night 1 of the inaugural PBA playoffs, and this community has been gearing up for this event for months. And we were going to be with you literally 4 months. The championship match coming your way early June on Fox here from Portland. Thrilled you're with us tonight. Rob Stone, the Hall of Famer, Randy Peterson with you. The big storyline tonight, win or go home. And home is a place the 24 pros don't want to be. This is where they want to be.
Absolutely. You know, it was unanimous with the players, Rob. I remember you and I interviewing Norm Duke and asking him what some of his goals were for 2019. And Norm said emphatically, make the playoffs. Get back to Portland, Maine. Not win a title, not win a major, get to the playoffs. Remember, this is no invitational, folks. These players earned their way here through 13 grueling events starting in January. They have their sights set on a $100,000 payday, and it's all going to go down at the loudest and craziest venue on the planet.
They're all excited to be here. A wonderful atmosphere behind us throughout our 2-hour broadcast tonight, but also an underrated intimidation factor. And a lot of the guys hit on that with us, saying when there's a single spare left hanging, this house is going to be chanting what, my friend?
Clean your plate.
Clean your plate. Let's take a look at our 4 matchups coming your way tonight. And it starts with Dick Allen, the 12 seed, taking on Andres Gomez. Your third match, maybe your marquee match of the evening. Just so many storylines behind the Hall of Famer Chris Barnes taking on Kyle Troupe. Let's talk about Dick Allen and Andres Gomez. Gomez, one of the most accomplished international bowlers on the tour right now, but Dick Allen is having one of those years that has absolutely revitalized his career.
He really has. You know, he's won twice this season, and let's not forget that in 2015, he was the MVP of the league here in Portland, Maine. He's got a huge following. He's tatted up. He's perfect for Portland, Maine. He loves this place.
Let's take a look at our head-to-head showdown. Allen set to take on Gomez, the native of Colombia, who now resides in South Florida. Again, 2 of Dick's 7 career titles earned this season. Gomez with 3. You see the playoff points. That's why Allen is your 12 seed. Gomez sneaking in there as your 21 seed. Average rank, or their 2019 average, just about the same. All right, let's go now to your opening intros.
Ladies and gentlemen, the number 21 seed from Bogota, Colombia, Andres Gomez. His opponent, the number 12 seed from Lexington, South Carolina, Dick Allen.
This crowd is very excited, guys, and for good reason. It's good to be back here, isn't it?
It's great to be back here.
Now, Chris Prather was the highest seed in this show, and he decided what position he wanted to go, and he did in the last match. You were the 2nd seed, and you decided to go right here in this match on fresh oil. Why is that?
Hey, you can't win $100 grand sitting around waiting. So, I mean, other than that, most of it was really just strategy. Andres hooks the ball a little bit better than I do, and I like playing him a little straight a little more, and I think fresh was a little bit my forte, so.
It was part of your strategy then. So, Andres, so you heard what he had to say. It doesn't seem like he wants you on your A game tonight.
I could barely hear you. They're so loud.
He said that you like to hook it a lot. That's why he decided to go on the fresh oil.
Yeah, I mean, it made sense when he made that choice. But at the same time, I've been here on tour for so long that I feel that I can throw it anyway. So we'll see.
Well, it is going to be a good match nonetheless, guys. Good luck.
Oil pattern, the Don Carter, 39 feet long, Randy.
Yeah, the players are going to, on the right side, are going to start in between third and fourth arrow at the arrows, and they're going to wheel it out to about the 7th, 8th board. That'll be their farthest point to the right. Our lone lefty tonight, Rhino Page, he's going to play him a little bit straighter.
Again, head-to-head one-game elimination matches tonight in round one. Dick Allen backing out. You see the bracket right over his right shoulder. The winner will head on over there and advance their name. Opening strike from Portland.
He's been here before. He knows what to expect.
What was that?
He didn't like it, but he'll take the result.
Oh my God, Richard.
Gomez,
So better than that, bro.
45-year-old, still represents his country on the international level.
Well, he goes to the nose, leaving the 3-6-9-10, Rob. This is a tough one to shoot at because of the back pin, the 9-pin. And we've talked about this before, where you got to get the ball over here in between the 3-6. But the problem area is this back pin, the 9-pin.
Only converted 66% of the time on the tour, Randy.
Yeah, we've seen players throw it dead straight at the 3-pin. We've seen him try to hook it. He's going to plastic ball. He's going to throw it straight. That's a pretty good cover.
Your hammer tough spare replay. We get it out of the way early.
Yeah, and you know the margin for that conversion when using a plastic spare ball is about 1.5 inches either side of that 3-pin.
Working off a spare, Gomez to the left lane. Yeah, you like that one.
Yeah, much better shot there. You know, some of the players talked about how the crowd loosens them up. I think there's a lot of pressure to perform in front of this crowd. Don't get me wrong, it's a blast, but still a lot of pressure.
Well, these guys are so used to silence when it comes particularly to spare conversions. Now they got a whole house surrounding them, barking at them, demanding they clean up their mess. Finish their plate.
Oh, he got that one too far to the right. We talked about it when we visited the oil pattern, Rob, at that farthest point right being like the 7-8 board. That was around 6. And it hit a slick patch and slid all the way to the head pin.
2-4-10. Open frame in the second. We left a lot of vegetables on that plate.
Richard, what was that? You gonna make a good shot today or what? Bad ball choice, bad count. Come on.
So the way the lanes are set up, we're bowling on lanes 14 and 15, which means there's no ball return in the middle. They're actually using 2 ball returns. So once the player goes from the right lane to the left lane, if they're going to use the same ball, they have to wait for their ball to come up on the right lane and take it over the left lane ball return.
Through the nose.
And I don't think I need to tell us straight how to make that. Once again, the 3-6-9-10. So he goes light on the right lane, he goes high on the left lane.
This crowd is great when you're successful, but when you're struggling, it's not what you need.
It almost reminds me of the waste management tournament on the PGA Tour, where if you miss that green on 16, you get heckled. It's great. Richie tried to hook it at the 3-6, 9-10 and ends up chopping the 3-9 straight back.
Back-to-back open frames from Allen, your 12 seed.
And that's the tough part of that spare. Trying to convert that, you got to try to cover the 3-6 and then also get the back pin, the 9 pin.
Big opportunity for Gomez, already up 26 in the third.
Inside of target, Brooklyn.
Major Brooklyn and Portland. That was so Brooklyn, it might have been Long Island.
They're letting him hear it.
Mm-hmm.
That position at the foul line. And that's well inside target. Never goes far enough to the right.
Third. Ball return.
See his arsenal, the IQ Tour edition. And again, those numbers are reflecting the strength of the arsenal that he actually brings down to the TV pair with him.
Flow Bowling is the exclusive home of PBA's Extra Frame. Features live streaming of all Go Bowling, PBA Tour, and PBA 50 Tour events.
Yeah, that's a good way to turn a Brooklyn strike into a three-bagger there. Andres Gomez taking advantage of the artist formerly known as Richie, who opened in the third frame.
Gomez cools off with a cool 46-pin lead. I want to tell you, coming up next on Flow Bowling, live coverage of the PBA 50 Tour's first event of 2019. As Allen steps up in the fourth. Can't get the 10. It's the Johnny Petraglia BVL Open from Maple Countryside Lanes in beautiful Clearwater, Florida. Exclusive live start-to-finish coverage. Starts 1 week from today, April 15th, Tax Day. We'll also be on FS1 with our continuing coverage of the PBA playoffs on the 15th. Don't miss out. Get your subscription today, clicking on the Flow Bowling link on PBA.com.
April 15th, Tax Day, also Rob Stone's birthday.
You are correct, my friend. You are correct. Oh, look at disgust from Dick.
He's mad at himself. He doesn't like the last 3 shots that he's thrown. Keep in mind, 2-4-10 split open in the second, and then he misses the 3-6, 9-10 in the third. That ring in 10, even though it hit the pocket, he didn't like that one either.
Crowd here at Bayside Bowl in Portland, Maine. You're going to see them every night through late May, and then the Final Four and championship match live on Fox in early June. Allen to start the fifth, down 46 early on. Here comes the comeback.
Going to take another re-rack. Oh, they won't give it to him. They're saying because he picked his ball up, but he had to pick it up off of the other rack.
To move it.
And they're saying, nope, your first order of business has to be looking at the rack first.
But I will say they did sweep it. So it is a new rack for him. Gomez drops that one in.
Yeah, you're right, Rob. They did give it to him. And he just gave something that you're very fond of to Dick Allen.
The Quattro, the ham bone. Gomez is just running away with our opening match. We've got 3 others to come your way tonight, live here from Portland, Maine.
The winner of this match, the consolation prize is they get E.J. Tackett, April 29th at 9 p.m.
Gomez.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think he's pretty fortunate to have only one left standing.
You see the red line there? That's the last shot he threw. Went up to the 3.5 board, and he is very fortunate that he only left the 2-pin. The break point has moved a little bit right, but anything right of 5 is probably not going to get there.
Cleans it up. Gomez remains clean through 5.5. He's got a massive lead in our opening match. The Colombian trying to move on to the round of 16. We'll wrap up Allen and Gomez next on FS1. The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news, or to locate a bowling center near you, log on to gobowling.com. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler, welcoming you back to Bayside Bowl here in beautiful Portland, Maine. How about the weather today, by the way, Randy?
Yeah, it's beautiful. If you're a polar bear or a penguin.
We woke up to snow and slush. This week's Ebonite Flashback takes a look at Dick Allen's 2 wins this year, and he's gotten some help. The Lubbock Sports Open. Allen, you know, he got Sean Rash wishing that single pin spare in the 10th, so Allen needed 2 strikes and 8 in the 10th. Got strike number 1, barely.
He rolled the 2-pin.
Strike number 2.
That's a good one.
And needed 8.
Yeah, he could have gotten 5 on that shot.
But he got 8, and he got his first PBA title on television in 6 years. Took that energy to just outside Detroit, the World Series of Bowling in Allen Park, the Cheetah Championship. Won his 2nd title of the season, took care of Kyle Sherman really in convincing fashion.
Yes, he did.
234, 195. It was his 7th career tour title. But Allen Wright
figured he needed to strike out to have any chance. This one goes through the nose, almost leaving the big 4.
Yeah, 7-10, dropped late.
Yeah, 6-7-10 goes down late. But he needs a lot of help from Andres, and I don't think he's got a chance if he doesn't strike out from the 8th frame on. So it could be one and done for Dick Allen, who's had a phenomenal season.
And Gomez has been clean. Spare, then a ham bone, and then another spare. As the Colombian gets set for his effort here in the 7th, holding on to a 46-pin lead. This match 1 of 4 tonight. Rhino Page, Maldonado is coming your way next. The 13 versus 20 matchup.
Nine spare is fine at this juncture. Right now, Andres Gomez is going at a 238 pace. Max score for Dick Allen is 213, so all Andres has to do is fill frames with marks. And did I mention we went out to dinner last night? We ate dinner last night together? I'm not saying that has something to do with his success.
Who picked up the tab?
Oh, I paid for mine, he paid for his. Yeah. Does that matter?
Yeah, it's a rarity.
Is that
No,
right?
Gomez is notoriously cheap, right? Right? Or is it you? I forget which one.
Yeah, it's got to be him. You know I'm not cheap.
Right. So Gomez feeding off the energy of dining with Randall Peterson. In the 8th, up 45. That's smooth, but leaves the 10.
All right, clean your plate. Grab your spare ball. 9 spare works. Remember, just avoid the mistakes, and he's going to have clear sailing. I misspoke. I said 230s. He's actually in the 220s. But again, the end result is the same, where all he has to do is fill frames. Hard for me to see that scoreboard sometimes with Mike Edwards always moving it around and writing stuff on it.
You mean doing his job?
Yeah, that.
So Gomez, after 4 strikes in frames 2 through 5, has now gone back to back to back 9 spares. Dick Allen is up, and Randy, you said it. He must finish this match with nothing but strikes.
Beauty there.
And there's his 4th strike of the match.
Yeah, so a strike here in the 9th frame for Dick Allen, and all of a sudden his max score is 213. That gives Andres Gomez something to think about with the 9th and 10th frame remaining. But it must strike here to have any chance of moving on to face E.J. Tackett.
Talking to Dick the other day, and it's funny, he said, I've become a bit of a sap lately. You know, life is more about his kids these days. doing his job out here, but a lot of times he admitted, my mind is elsewhere. You know, it's back home and seeing things through his kids' eyes and wanting to be a part of that. And through that conversation as well, he passed along some news about his mother-in-law, Beth. And Beth, just want you to know all of us here, we're thinking of you and certainly hoping for the best.
We sure are.
There you go. Back-to-back jacks from Dick.
You know, it's interesting, Dick Allen being the higher seed after Prather in this bracket decided to bowl in the first match. He said, I don't want the lanes to break down and give Andres an advantage where he can move way in and curve the whole lane.
Working off a spare, Gomez, the native of Bogota. Now lives in South Florida. Leaves the 10.
Spare here is going to go a long way. And at what point do these players start thinking about, all right, if I make this shot, I win and I move on and I still have a shot at winning $100,000? Good shot. Back-to-back 10 pins for...
Didn't like it.
Andres, it's all right. Spare's good.
Hip checks that one into the pit. So that is 4 consecutive 9 spares for Gomez. The lead, though, has been reduced to 33. Needs just 9 pins here, though, to shut out Dick Allen.
9 on the first ball. He's a winner, and he'll move on. Boy, that looked good. Our first winner moves on to face E.J. Tackett April 29th. And one step closer to $100,000 is the Colombian, Andres Gomez.
That match, as you mentioned, coming your way later this month. Took a break and now is ending with the flurry. Fast-tracking things. Allen is rolling out right now on the right lane as this match is over. We're just going to get our final scores right now.
Yeah, Dick Allen fighting it late, Rob. That's so tough. You think about all the matches that we've covered where the tournament leader comes in for just one game and how difficult it is. In fact, the tournament leader has a losing percentage from the #1 spot.
Gomez goes over to the board, finds his name, bottom left.
Oh my God, this stuff.
Did he forget his first name? Andres, no, go over there to your right.
No, to the right, Andres.
To the right.
To the right.
No, keep going to the right.
More.
Go to the right and up. No, not there. What are you doing, Andres? And so he signed it. That's the autograph. That's great. We'll get proper communication to him during the break. So Gomez moves on in convincing fashion. Coming your way next, match number 2. Rhino Page taking on Sean Maldonado. Saturday here on FS1, it's the Rockies and the Giants at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. That's followed by Robinson Cano and the Mets meeting Freddie Freeman and the Atlanta Braves. An MLB doubleheader Saturday on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Again, coverage starting at 4 Eastern. So Andres Gomez, 236, 199, and somebody got to Mr. Gomez and said, this is what we're supposed to do. You fill out the bracket when you move on. Has he not been watching the NCAA basketball tournament?
I don't think he does, but I'll promise you this. He's hoping he gets another chance to sign his name in the right place.
There you go. So Gomez advances April 29th here on FS1. He'll meet E.J. Tackett in the round of 16. The top seed in this top half of the bracket is the #1 player on the planet right now, Jason Belmonte. Later tonight, it's Chris Barnes, Kyle Troupe to fight for the right to meet Belmo later in April. Let's take a look at the head-to-head for our next matchup, match number 2 of 4 tonight. Rhino Page, Sean Maldonado. Sean, the Candyman, still looking for that elusive first tour title. Rhino Page has had success, but just not on television this season. We'll get more into that. You take a look at their average this season, and Page basically 3 pins better than Maldonado. But what's interesting about Rhino Page, if we go back to the bracket, Randy, is he's got something in his favor here.
Rhino Page, the only southpaw in that entire left side of the bracket. Could be a big advantage.
Yeah, translation, if he finds himself that proper channel, nobody's going to be messing with it.
He's the only guy on that side, so the only player that can mess that side up is him, if it's good. If it's bad, it takes a lot longer to develop because he's the only guy on that side. So feast or famine.
And as we saw in match number 1, you don't have time to survive.
There is 0 time.
Right? Yeah. It is one match, win or go home.
Right. Pick your line, pick the right ball, make sure you're standing in the right spot. However you're going to throw it, whatever speed, rotation, and you better make the right choices.
Once again, we bring in Deputy Commissioner of the PBA, Kurt Von Kruger.
The number 20 seed from Houston, Texas. Give it up for Sean Maldonado. The number 13 seed from Orlando, Florida. Give it up for Rhino Page.
So, Rhino, you were the only southpaw on this telecast. How's that going to play to your advantage?
Well, it's no traffic to worry about, so it's all up to me. I just got to go out there and make some good shots, and we should be okay.
All right, so yours is just the opposite on that right lane because you already have traffic from the previous match. So how is that going to affect you?
I plan on playing a little bit further right, so I'm hoping it don't affect me too much, but we'll see how the pins fall.
All right, well, best of luck to both of you guys.
Kimberly, thank you. Have you noticed one of the chants out there? I'm tracking all the chants.
I'm having trouble understanding it.
Pressler, Pressler. They're chanting for Kimberly. So I've heard so far the Brooklyn chant, the Pressler chant, and of course the Clean Your Plate chant. It's early. So Rhino Page, the lone lefty on this side of the bracket, up first, 35 years old from Orlando right now.
There's going to be a stone chant at some point. You know that, right?
Drop and give me 10, Rhino.
There has to be.
We'll see. We'll see. Maldonado, 32-year-old from Houston, 7th year on the tour. We asked him how 2019 was. He said the first month of January was basically him trying to learn the bowling balls of his new ball company. And they sent him 54 balls. Oh, wow, he blew that one up.
He's going with urethane nice and straight, Rob. Anyway, you were saying?
So they sent him 54 balls, and he's trying to figure out his new arsenal. And he's like, man, it took a lot of time. There's so many options that were given to him. He feels like now, though, he finally has an idea of really what his arsenal is.
Right. Well, and that's very common for any player that goes from one manufacturer to another. There is a learning curve.
Look good on that first shot. Here he is on the left lane. Through the nose.
That's the one problem with urethane is it forces you to go really straight, and you're talking about a power player. Now, he does this quite a bit, as do a lot of power players and two-handers. But what's unique with Sean Maldonado is, yes, he uses two hands, but he actually puts his thumb in the ball. And we'll get to that in our track technique.
610 is missed. Left the 10. That's converted 94% of the time on the tour.
Chops the 6 straight back off the 10. Look at that. The 6-pin almost rolled back into the 10-pin. That's
Back-to-back opening jacks for Rhino.
It's been pretty solid this season, Rob. Making 4 TV finals, just hasn't won.
Yeah, TV has been an issue. It hasn't been an issue getting to TV, but once he's there, finished 4th in the Scorpion, 3rd at the U.S. Open. I'm sorry, I'm going back to his career TV finals. We're talking about this season. And it has been 3rd place, 5th place, 5th place, 5th place.
He has yet to win a game on television this season.
He was telling us yesterday, though, inevitably the breaks have to go the other way. Have to start going to my camp.
Absolutely.
And there you go, 3 in a row to start off this first round matchup.
He's worked real hard, and he's throwing the ball great, and he just needs to right the ship. Get a little luck going in his direction and snap off a couple of wins on television. Next thing you know, Ronald Page could be bowling for $100,000. But this match far from over.
So for Maldonado, strike, open frame strike.
So check out this two-handed style. It's actually pretty similar, except for that little hop right there. And also the fact that he puts his thumb in the bowling ball.
Well, that hop is unique. That's a look at tonight's track technique. Why the hop rather than the smooth slide that we're so used to seeing?
He's so open. He's got so much weight to his right side. Oh, he just switched from urethane to reactive resin on the left lane.
And again, you have so little time to sort out your game when it's one match, win or lose, and you're either done or you advance. So you can't go too long into these matches before you say, I got to try something different. And that left lane has been a problem for him. That's where he had the open frame in the second. Here he is trying to avoid that here in the 4th.
Whoa. Do you have a term for that?
Skinny jeans,
That's
baby.
The one.
So Page got the opening turkey sandwich. Now he's looking for something a little meatier. Rhino's got the first 4 strikes in this one. Should he or any other bowler tonight roll a perfect game, everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling courtesy of Go Bowling. To claim your free game, simply head to GoBowling.com. Register for the Go Bowling Free America promotion.
So everybody in America.
Everybody.
So that's like a lot of free games.
That's a lot of humans.
Right?
A lot of humans. It's a lot of trips to the bowling center.
450 million games or something like that?
Could be. I'm not good with math. Seems very generous of our good friends at GoBowling.com.
It really does.
Yahtzee!
And what a reaction from Rhino Page. You think this kid's fired up?
He's ready to punch somebody.
You know, we talk about the winner winning $100,000 in this event. You know, he won $100,000 in an event once. It was in Japan when he bowled a perfect 300 game. He got a $100,000 bonus for that. And look at that reaction.
Kid is jacked.
Yeah, bad choice, and Sean Maldonado knows it. He's not able to repeat or make the shots he needs. That shot crossing over.
And again, this crowd is fantastic when you're doing well. But when you're struggling like the Candyman is right now, it is not at all what you need. Takes care of that single pin spare, though, does Sean.
No tour titles to Sean's credit.
He looks good, doesn't he?
He lost 30 pounds.
Yeah, the last couple months, been able to maintain it. He's telling us, you know, bowling was becoming exhausting for him, felt fatigued, and that was his clue. Like, man, I got to drop some LBs here. And he gets all 10 to drop there.
He's a good kid. Good bowler, too.
Takes a seat, down 53 to the storming start of Rhino Page, who's seen nothing but strikes through 5. Through late May, as we take a look at our Strike Track 3D, Page Maldonado here in match 2.
Yeah, pretty cool. Lefty versus righty. Rhino Page right around second arrow. Maldonado way farther in. These two shots are on the left lane, and you can see the two completely different paths each player is using. Let's take a look at the oil pattern, the way it's broken down in the last, game and a half, Rob. Maldonado, well, he's right around there now, but he started pretty close to second arrow with that urethane ball. And notice over here on the left, it's pretty clean.
Advantage Page, and he has taken care of business so far. Perfection through 5. The lead at 53. The crowd in the Page camp, big time. Randy.
Yeah.
You thirsty?
I am.
Let's crack open that 6-pack.
I love it. Page taking his last re-rack now on the left lane. Front 6. Lots of good things going his way now. Making great shots. Remember, he talked about it in his interview. All he has to do is execute. 4-pin goes to the sidewall. Gives the 7 a love tap. Rhino, his last 4 shots has been within less than an inch in terms of accuracy at the arrows. That's pretty strong.
Seven in a row. Come on, Rhino.
Locked and loaded.
Shotgun engaged.
And right now, Sean Maldonado.
You know, if you're Sean, just step out of the way.
Yeah.
Just throw 2 balls down the lane and say, let's get back to Rhino. No offense, Sean. We want to see you succeed, and I love that strike from you. But we've got a major storyline developing right now. Page perfect through 7. This is a great test for him, right? I mean, because, look, he knows what, we're not saying what we're thinking, what's on our brain, what we're looking at right now. But he knows it.
Yeah.
This crowd knows it. And this crowd is extra amped. The Candyman gets another strike. But it's Page's turn to step back up, chasing perfection. Hashtag chasing 300. Remember, he rolled the 20th televised perfect game in PBA history back in the 09 campaign, the Japan Cup, back in Tokyo. Page got a $100,000 bonus for that. A long look at those 10 pins there from Rhino. And he stares him down into the pit.
Well, Rob, we've seen just about everything this season. Our inaugural season with Fox. We're only missing one thing. There's the wall. You bowl 300 game, you get your nickname. There's Big Nasty West Milan. You get your nickname on the wall. Rhino Page looking to add his name. Oh, boy.
Way left.
I don't know if the crowd got him. Somebody screamed at his downswing. Yep. Got him good.
Yeah.
Got him real good. Way to go, Rhino.
Standing up. Good job,
Yes,
Rhino.
sir.
Yeah, perfection through 8. Let's see his face at the release. Yeah, he knew it, huh? He's laughing. Again, this crowd can help you and it can hurt you at the same time.
Oh, good stuff. Oh, my God.
I mean, from perfection to an open frame like that.
Match is over.
Yeah.
I mean, he just has to stay upright.
Welcome to Humble City.
Oh, front 8, and then what? 237 max score for Sean Maldonado. Rhino Page has 236 right now with the 10th frame to bowl. Hey, Rob, guess what?
Yeah, guess what's coming next, huh?
Well, not next. Yes, something great's coming next, but Rhino Page is moving on. Guess who he's going to face?
Is it the lumberjack, Anthony Simonson?
Well, you can't call him that here.
I can. I make my own rules.
Sure, you can. Yes, but it is Anthony Simonson.
But up next, Barnes and Troupe. We're going to talk about that one in a moment. Page, a comfortable match here. Got off to that electric start. Maldonado with that open frame in the second. And Rhino just steamrolled his way to this win.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah, you don't even know what hit you. Candyman hardly ever had a chance. And we were talking, Randy, that Rhino's got that whole side of the bracket to himself as the lone lefty.
Right.
And he clearly is comfortable.
Yeah.
Tonight, at least. Now, look, this,
Right.
we're going this tournament all the way into June.
Yeah.
But early indications are he's going to do just fine here at Bayside Bowl.
And don't think that the other right-handers in this bracket aren't paying notice.
Oh, Messenger, the long distance delivery. .205 for the Candyman.
Good to see Sean back on television, but it's all about Rhino Page and the front eight for him, and he's moving on.
Back on the strike train. His 9th strike of this match after dropping the opening 8.
Right off of the brick.
We talked about the brick. We showed it to you just a few moments ago. That brick wall, Randy, is about 10, 15 yards from where Page is right now.
Yeah.
And another one here in the 10th.
I just still love his reaction in the 8th frame when he whipped it left, and oh, it was priceless.
Pull out a different ball there, Randy?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to either show off or get one of his favorite orbs some airtime.
That was fun to watch, huh?
It really was. Great performance by Rhino.
11 strikes in all. Kimberly with Rhino.
Do this first. So, Rhino, I know you want to go over there and sign your name on that board, but you had the front 8 in yesterday in the interviews. You said to us, I need to figure out a way to win on TV. So how did you do that tonight?
Just stick with the process, you know, just one good shot at a time, and I knew if I got things going that I might have a chance to throw a big game, and that's all I was trying to do.
And how fun is it to do it right here with this amazing crowd?
Oh, this is the greatest ever. And in fact, I choked so bad in the 9th frame because I wanted to do so good for him, so it's an awesome crowd.
Well, congratulations. You now move on to the next bracket and take on Anthony Simonson. Now, why don't you go ahead and sign your name right there?
There you go. Rhino got it right the
Yes,
first
he did.
time. Yeah, lucky 13, Rhino Page. Oh, he just signs the horns.
Yeah, just puts the horns up.
Oh, I like it. I like a little swagger in your game there, Rhino. Congratulations, 266, 205. So the bracket's starting to fill up here in the round of 16. Earlier was Gomez with the upset over Dick Allen, and then Rhino Page just gored Sean Maldonado with a 266. Coming up next, we're going to go bowling with Randy, who talks about manipulation, my friend. Plus, we're going to preview tonight's most anticipated matchup, Troupe versus Barnes.
I'm Kyle Troupe. And you're watching the PBA on FS1.
Taylorsville, North Carolina.
Back
Kyle
in
Troupe.
Portland. Kyle Troupe being introduced.
The number 16 seed from Double Oak, Texas. Please give it up for Chris Barnes.
Who's got better hair, Randy?
I don't know. That's kind of a toss-up there.
I go Kyle. Troupe trying to move on to take on the 1 seed, Jason Belmonte. Already we've seen Rhino Page and Andres Gomez advance to the round of 16. Barnes, Troupe next, both standing by with Kimberly.
Thanks, Rob. So, Kyle, you know, we heard that you took a few weeks off because of the injury to your finger. We see that it's taped, so why don't you give us an update on it?
Yeah, I'm still kind of dealing with the injury. That's probably the only hope Chris has, is that I'm kind of injured for this match. We're getting through. We're going to take the month of May off, but we got to make a few more matches count.
All right, thank you so much for your time, Chris. I'm not sure if you heard what this guy just said, but he's got some trash talking going on. He said that he's got an injury to his hand, which is pretty much the only hope that you have for winning.
Well, it's become obvious here lately that not very many of these young guys respect me. But given that, you know, respect is earned, not given, so I'm planning on going out and getting some here.
All right, well, there's a lot of big talking going on right here. Let's get some bowling.
That's some good-natured talk there from Kyle Troupe. We all have the utmost respect for Chris Barnes, a Hall of Fame inductee in 2018, 19 tour titles, including 3 majors. Now, he got a good pop, but let's be honest, a lot of folks are here tonight for the red, white, and blue of Kyle Troupe. Talked to him earlier tonight, Randy. He tried again to convince me that he's not wearing a onesie, and it didn't work. He said, look, Rod, there's a belt. There's a belt. These are pants. They have a pocket. They're separates. I said, it's a onesie. I don't care what you tell me. Oh, just a split second away from staring down a 7-10. The 7 is dropped. Now let's see if he knows where his spare ball is.
We went over that in our interview.
There's a spare ball.
Yeah.
He's got it.
Yeah, he said he'd keep it nearby this time. Spare ball, they're chanting. Love it.
And the spare ball there works. Flashback a couple weeks ago, World Series of Bowling. Made the show. First shot. He had to clean his plate. And he went looking for the spare ball, and the spare ball was nowhere to be found. It was in back, so he had to use a non-spare ball and missed it.
Yeah, left the 10 pin and whiffed it. The Barnesy chant.
Yeah, and the Hall of Famer gets them all to drop.
Hard to believe Chris Barnes is almost 49 years old, but he's been really good for a really long time, and rightly deserving a trip 4 is Chris Barnes.
We asked Chris how this season has gone. He said really kind of 2 different levels, 2 different seasons. Since week 3, it's the best I've bowled consistently since that October 2015 back surgery he had. Also had a torn labrum, rehabbed it, not with surgery. Took the time to get him up to the level that he's used to. And he starts with a double.
Well, he used a different ball in that left lane and put a pretty good touch on that shot and carried that light mixer.
Barnes and Troupe, Team USA members in the past. Now Chris is doing his part to get the crowd on his side. Troupe off a 9 spare. Bang!
Great shot there by Kyle.
Native of Taylorsville, North Carolina, not too far from Hickory. Beautiful part of the country. Absolutely gorgeous part of our great country here. So spare strike for Troupe to start. Again, fighting a ring finger injury on that right hand. Whips that one in for a pit party.
That thing came back from Bangor to bang the pocket. Dirty.
Oh, he feels at home here, doesn't he?
Yeah, man. I mean, this is
like where it all started for him.
This is his coming out party here with him and Jesper Svensson winning the doubles.
We'll have more on that in a moment. Barnes steps up, who's been perfect so far. Remember in our last match, Rhino Page dropped the opening 8 en route to a 266. Barnesy and his arsenal up here in the 3rd.
You can see the red line. He got it about, it was a couple of boards wide down lane. And it comes in light, leaving the 4-8. You can be careful with this one. This one is very choppable, meaning easy to chop the 4 straight back.
Covers that one, but barely. Stays clean through 3.
Take a look at Chris Barnes and some of the great things that he does. Notice how he turns that left hand under, and what it does is it takes his left shoulder and points it towards the ground to keep those shoulders. Whoa!
Ring in 10.
You are correct, my friend. Straight to the spare ball.
Which he has.
Yep. So why does he go to that plastic spare ball? Well, it's not going to curve, so it's not going to read the oil pattern. No harm, no foul. He didn't go over the foul line.
2017 Roth-Holman PBA Doubles Championship was where Troupe really started to pick it out. He and his partner Jesper Svensson won it. That personality just won over Portland. These two were just made for each other. Randy, the smile is so pure and true from Kyle when he's sitting in this city of Portland, and particularly in this facility. And he starts off the 5th with the strike.
And these two are making
he's breaking it out, Randy. Yeah, we're picking it out, Randy. He gave us our own picks yesterday at our meeting.
Did he give you any tips on how to pick my hair?
I have no idea.
When we were on camera?
I don't know how to pick. I don't know how to pick. I don't know what I'm doing. But he gave me a large one and you a small one. I don't know what that says. I didn't know picks came in different sizes or styles. How does he not have more sponsors, by the way? I mean, like,
they're coming.
They have to be coming. If I had a company, I would associate myself with Kyle Troupe. Barnesy, down 1.
Take the lead with one here. Oh, another trip.
Not enough protein in the shake.
Not enough protein in the shake?
Gotta hit the weights, man. That messenger didn't have it.
I love that. That's really good. This looks like a really good shot, and then it just kind of breaks loose down lane for Chris. He could have taken the lead if he struck there and tripped that 4 over. Uh-oh. All right, no problem. From our angle, it looks a little suspect, but
a little suspect, yeah. well,
right?
Let's put it mildly, my friend.
Did it look a little scary when it left?
Well, one of my favorite things when I'm working bowling is when I hear you go, uh-oh, or watch out, or a lookout. It jerks me into place because I know something bad is happening. It's not a celebration. There's danger on the way. Barnes in the 6th.
Yeah, great shot there.
He's liking this environment, isn't he? You know, these vets, they haven't gotten a taste of this too much through their history. For a guy like Troupe, they just think every time they show up, it's going to be like this. Yep. It is a tight one in match number 3 here at the PBA playoffs, live on FS1 from Portland.
Dollar Shave Club. Dollar and Deodorant Now 2 Club. Dollar and of course Shampoo Club. Dollar Even Toothpaste Club. Dollar Bath Jerky Club? Probably not. Dollar way more than just Shave Club.
This weekend, we're under the lights. Saturday night, Kyle Busch looks for his 3rd consecutive win at Richmond Raceway. It all starts 7:30 Eastern Saturday on Fox and the Fox Sports app. We are back in Portland, the Thunderdome of American bowling. For the PBA playoffs, Strike Track 3D, Barnes versus Troupe.
Yeah, and Kyle Troupe is much deeper, about 4 or 5 boards farther in at the launch, and about 4 boards deeper at the arrows, but he's a 2-hander, a higher rev rate. You can see right there, a good 6 boards left at the launch, And let's take a look at our oil pattern. We've got Kyle Troupe now. He's making lines right there over 4th arrow. Chris Barnes is right here over 3rd arrow.
Looks like the skid marks I left on the road driving through the ice and slush today in Portland. It's spring here, right?
Yeah. Very, very similar.
They did not get the memo.
Yeah.
So Troupe is up in this tight one. 3rd of 4 live first-round matches coming your way tonight from Bayside Bowl. Knockdown Mondays. It's the first of 8 straight Monday nights of PBA action here on FS1. Troupe up 1.
Make it 11.
His 4th strike, 2nd in a row.
Biggest fan at home, Mom Sherry says, well, you know, I put this pain management program together for Kyle to get him through each and every time he bowls until he can get an MRI of that finger. But
you can follow Sherry, by the way, on Twitter. Afrofisha's mom. She is very active and really good. And also, she's a breast cancer survivor. Yeah. All the more respect for Sherry.
Great lady, and awesome that she does what she does for her son. Uh-oh.
3 in a row and a little donut jersey underneath.
And then a look at Chris Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see him give him the look?
Well, I saw the donut jersey. I got mesmerized.
No, and then straight stink eye to Barnes.
Stink eye's good. Donut's better. Now the donut jersey, a gift from one of his buddies, one of his fans here in Portland. Former Player of the Year, Chris Barnes.
Chris is going to make an adjustment on this left lane. Last time on this right lane, made a great shot, left the fourth bit. Look, ouch.
Way right.
Well, if you could have one back, it'd be that one.
8th frame.
Yeah, Rob, that's one that Barnes really would like to have back because he was looking to strike in the 7th and 8th and make this a 1-pin match. Instead, it's 21. He likes this lane. Oh.
Down goes the 7.
Don't tase me, bro.
The nuns like it. If the nuns like it, you know you did good. All right, so Barnes takes a seat.
Well, he can put this one to bed with the strikes in the 8th and 9th. Ooh, up and out of that one early.
Messenger might have complicated that one.
It made it worse because once he rolls the 6 out, now he's got a split, albeit the baby split. Now he's got to shoot the 310. He didn't like this one as soon as it left his hand. You can see his posture. He straightened up, stood up right at the foul line, and then rolls the 6 late. He's going to try to cover both pins with the bowling ball.
And he did it! Re-rack time. Huge spare conversion. And there he was earlier, flashing the donut kit. And then the stare down to Barnes. You know, that's one thing we don't have that much in the PBA are these natural rivalries. There's just so much respect between the competitors. So much of it is, yes, you're going one-on-one against somebody, but you're really just trying to put up your own best score.
Yeah, I mean, there are really good rivalries, but they're internal. And a lot of them never surface because the guys are such great guys and gentlemen, and they have a lot of class. And so
I'm in no hurry to get out of here.
You don't hear a lot of trash talking. You don't hear a lot of smack talking. They kind of keep it to themselves. But there are occasions
it flares up
when they get so fired up and so riled up. Something happens. Maybe they get a messenger, some good fortune, and then it just comes out.
It's usually miscommunication, right? Usually somebody does something and somebody takes it personally. They're like, no, right. I was just dancing celebration, not dancing on your grave.
Exactly.
On the left lane. The Troupe is not loose. Boy, that messenger was in a hurry to get somewhere and win right in front of the 10.
Well, guess what? Chris Barnes still has a chance. So a spare here Kyle Troupe can strike out in the 10th for 236. Chris Barnes can strike out 9th and 10th for 238.
Spare conversion. Troupe drops it. Takes a seat. Barnes down 18.
Boy, this is right where you want to be, as Chris Barnes can get up and strike in the 9th, 2 in the 10th,
Just make a little magic
and 9
happen here.
to win. Keep in mind his last 3 shots on the right lane, he has not struck, but he's making a ball change. Let's see if it pays off.
And he's asking for the crowd to get behind him. Way right.
Well, he made that ball change and moved in and opened up his angle and just missed right again.
I think that thing dipped its toes in the Atlantic.
Look how much deeper he is on this. It's just too much angle. And it doesn't matter what your rev rate is with that angle.
Overthought it or just not the execution he wanted?
Missed the execution. Now a spare here, he strikes out, he shoots 218. That'll force Kyle Troupe to mark in the 10th. Boy, those last 2 shots were so huge in this match.
Covers that one nicely.
Disappointed is Chris Barnes.
He knew it. He knew what he had to do.
Well, he was given an opportunity, and he made that big change in the 9th frame. He made the ball change. He was using a different ball on that right lane.
But how many times have we seen it? A match that looks like it's slightly out of hand, and somebody says, you know what? I'm going to make you step up in the 10th.
Absolutely. We've seen it time after time. And remember this, if Chris does strike out, like I said, Kyle has to mark. And remember the last time on the right lane for Kyle Troupe, he left the 3-10 split. Nope.
Through the nose.
God dang it.
The Hall of Famer is in big trouble.
Well, pretty much over now as Kyle Troupe really doesn't need anything. If Chris Barnes spares here and strikes,
There's the spare.
I think Kyle would need 1.
It was interesting. Yesterday, Chris mentioned to us, he said, Kyle is not a great draw for me. There's no natural competitive advantage with him. Both guys throw it fairly straight.
Took in that one. Flat 10.
So he's done with the 205.
Kyle Troupe needs to stay behind the foul line. 6 pins, I believe, on the first ball, and it's over.
That'll do it. And a wink. And a handshake. So Troupe moves on. Guess who he has late April? #1 seed, Jason Belmonte. Wipe the drool off your face, bowling fans. That is a big one. And another strike.
Well, real good performance by Kyle Troupe. He did what he had to do. Barnes had his chance.
A triple to close. 236.
I got my own. This guy, Belmo. I think we can handle that.
Afro Fish moves on to the round of 16.
They know me, right?
Belmonte, Troupe, here's Kimberly.
All right, well, you just signed your name. Now, at the top of this right here, you talked a little bit smack with Chris right there, but you did come through. But you could have taken a commanding lead in the 8th, but you had that little errant shot. What happened?
I was just really trying to get a Brooklyn to really get the crowd riled up in that frame. Didn't quite work. Kind of surprised I made the split, but that was a big spare to stay ahead in the match. And as much fun as I was having, I was staying really focused because I was bowling a Hall of Famer.
Well, it worked because this crowd was absolutely behind you, but you just signed your name right there. So are you ready to bring this confidence into the next match? Because you're going to go up against the #1 bowler in the world.
Well, you know, we're both dealing with some injuries and stuff right now, but I beat Barnes, so now I need to find Jason and start talking smack to him because I'm in Portland, Maine.
All right, well, we're looking forward to it. Congratulations.
All right, brother.
I'm in Portland, Maine. He told us yesterday it's like my second home. So that round of 16 top half brackets starting to fill up. There's only one more opening. Will it be Chris Prather or Darren Tang to meet Tom Doherty? That match coming.
Do you want to make watching your favorite sport even better? All you have to do is click with the new Fox Sports app. Now you can stream every game from anywhere you are. It's your personal nerve center for up-to-the-minute scores and stats. Get real-time updates on your favorite teams, plus the latest from MLB, college football, and the NFL. All at your fingertips. The new Fox Sports app, now with live streaming. Download it from the App Store today.
Make sure to join us for our next PBA telecast right here on FS1 next Monday. Look, when in doubt, Randy.
Yeah.
Monday nights.
Monday nights.
All the way April through May. We're here with you.
Yeah, April, Monday nights, April through like a long time.
Long time. Yeah, it's Knockdown Mondays, 8 straight Monday nights of PBA action here on FS1. Here's your matchups that are on the docket for next Monday. I got my eye on you, Dom Barrett, number 14. I'm counting on big things from him as we take a look at our updated top half of the bracket. Again, the top 8 in the PBA playoff points list all received byes to the round of 16. So Belmo, Doherty, Simonson, Tackett, sitting, watching, waiting, learning who they're going to meet. Tom Doherty is watching Prather versus Darren Tang, which is our 4th and final matchup tonight. Chris Prather at the Scorpion Championship earlier this season outside Detroit at the World Series of Bowling. The 5th-year pro defeated Kyle Troupe, the real deal, Bill O'Neill, and then B.J. Moore in the title match as he celebrated his first PBA career title. And the Clark Kent clone now set to take on Darren Tang. Darren Tang, the guy just above the thin red line, made the cut on the last day. He is your 24th seed. Let's meet our 2 competitors.
Ladies and gentlemen, the number 24 seed from fabulous Las Vegas. Give it up for Darren Tang. The number 9 seed. He hails from Plainfield, Illinois. Put your hands together for Chris Prather.
Always some interesting folks in the crowd here. I hope
That's the best you get.
I hope he doesn't drive home like that. But I would like to share a moment at the back bar with him, perhaps.
I'd like to put that, I'd like to film that and put it on YouTube.
Prather starts us off.
Impressive run he had when he won his first ever title at the PBA Scorpion Championship at Allen Park. All of his matches were fairly close, but he was able to handle that brutal left lane. I don't know if you remember, but that left lane in Allen Park got to be pretty tricky, and he was able to navigate it to his first victory. Pretty impressive.
Prather gets a spare there to start things off. He's rooming this week with Darren Tang.
Yeah. Darren Tang, whose hometown now is Las Vegas, who lives about 5 houses down from Marshall Kent.
They practice together. They go to the gym together. They golf together. Tang gets all 10.
And I think an interesting note in this match is that Chris Prather was the highest seed in this bracket. He had the choice of what game they bowled. He chose to bowl the last game to make sure there was enough breakdown to where Darren Tang couldn't use urethane.
Darren telling us yesterday, I want to use this environment to my advantage, get the crowd on my side, and get in Prather's head. I'm all for head games.
Yep.
As am I. I like a good head game on the lanes. Darren's been a little stoic and leaves an open frame there in the second.
You know how Darren got that 24th and final spot, don't you?
By cheering on a certain member who we're going to see in early May, your number 2 seed, Jacob Prather, who last week in Vegas won his first ever major, the Masters.
Yep.
Needed Prather to win.
Yes.
Otherwise, if somebody else won it, he would have been leapfrogged.
Right.
And he'd be on the outside looking in.
Said he didn't even watch the telecast.
Clark Kent gets a strike, representing the Justice League.
Beautiful shot there. See what kind of adjustment he makes, if any, on the left lane, or if he just gives it a little more room to the right. Going with the high road on the right lane and a phase 2 on the left lane. I know what you were looking for, Rob. That's a lot of angle, 22-5. This guy's got a lot of tricks. It's one thing that Darren Tang said. He said, Prather's got a lot of tricks. I'm going to have to bowl a really good game. He can do a lot to the bowling ball.
It's his first time bowling here as well. Was curious and excited about what kind of interaction he'd get with the fans. Cleans that one up. Is that the Pope? Did the Pope get an invite here?
That is the Pope. Yes.
I think I saw the Pope here.
Yeah.
You would think he would have more security detail around him.
High road for Darren Tang. Soft 10.
Oh, yeah.
Down.
Was he looking for a pick? Did I see him looking for a pick?
Yeah, but I think if he tried to run a pick through that hair there, it would probably break off some of the spikes on that pick. He looks like he's wearing some pretty good product in that dude.
You saying he over-gelled?
No, I think his hair looks great.
Properly gelled?
I'm just jealous I can't get mine to do that. Needs to hook. Again.
This is going to be a challenge.
Wide right on the left lane and potentially another open frame. You can't get it to that spot and expect the ball to get back. We saw that with Chris Barnes on the right lane in our last match.
8-10 converted 0.1% of the time on the tour.
Yeah, it was like Blutarski's grade point average. 0.0 or 0.1, about the same.
Good Blutarski reference, by the way.
Thank you.
That drunk and stupid is no way to go through life, son. Prather, 9 spare strike, 9 spare. Here he is in the 4th as you look at his arsenal, going with the phase 2.
Yeah, no high road for him. It was Tang that was using the high road. You like watching him throw it? You like his style? You like his game?
I do.
Yeah, it's pretty clean with a lot of power. I like players that look like they're not doing a whole lot.
Effortless.
That effortless power. Well, I'll tell you what, his game reminds me a little of my game back in the day. Very little. I never threw it that good.
You've been waiting to get that in all night long.
I never threw it that good.
In the fifth. Yeah! Party in the pit. One of these days, Prather is going to rip off that bowling jersey, and there's going to be a big S underneath. I just know it.
I know a place where he can get that tattooed to his chest here in Portland.
I also know a place you can get that tattoo removed here in Portland.
We walked right by it today.
Didn't we? Darren Tang, 25 years old, third year on the tour, lives in Vegas right now. Collegiately at San Jose State University.
The biggest, excuse me, go ahead, Rob. Biggest difference between Darren and brother Michael is Michael's got a lot of revs, a lot of hand, and so when the lanes break down and you have to chase it to the deep inside part of the lane, brother Michael can still get that 10 out where Darren struggles a little bit with that because of his lower rev rate. But he's really good with the urethane going straight, and you don't want him doing that at you. Hence the reason why Prather chose to bowl in the last match on tonight's telecast.
Prather down 34. He's one of 4 non-title winners here at the PBA playoffs. Maldonado already eliminated.
How about the big giant Mookie Betts fat head right behind
Pretty
Darren
good, right?
Tang.
Pretty good. I also like the white fur or faux fur coat.
There you go. Good shot there.
Third strike of the match. And they've all come on that lane. Prather writing headlines for the Daily Planet right now. Will he get another win? Darren Tang trying to pick his way out of a jam. As we take a look at our Strike Track 3D.
Both players' launches right on top of one another, but Prather's creating a lot more angle down lane, and he can do that because he has a higher rev rate. Remember, the more territory you cover, the more revolutions you better have to get the ball back to the pocket to strike.
Prather working on a double. Looking for a little turkey action here in the 6th.
Oh, no. Looked a little slow out of the commercial break. I mean, I think you could even see that, right? Ball speed looked like it was a bunch slower, and boy, he pays for it. Right through the nose, leaving the 3-4-6-7. Gonna get the ball over into here, throw that 3 over into the 4-7.
Converted 21% of the time on the tour.
And you said you were no good with numbers. Well, he gives Darren Tang a bit of hope, seeing how Darren's working on a strike, but Darren also has 2 open frames. But this thing could even out pretty quickly, depending on what Chris Prather does here in frame number 7.
His first open frame of this match. Again, as you mentioned, Darren Tang with 2. Came in the 2nd and the 4th, both on the left lane. They love chanting here in Portland.
Got a lot of energy here. It must be the lobster.
Think so?
It's got to be.
I think there might be some other things involved.
Okay. I'm waiting. Look at that angle. 23 to 7.5. Hey, Lex Luthor. Yeah, Clark Kent here. How about you go get me some coffee to go with that sweet roll?
Jimmy Olsen is on the scene. He'll take care of it for you, Clark. Well, he needed that one, Randy. And really impressive coming off the open frame now.
Yep.
Tang, though, has been given an opening. Here he is in the 7th.
Got a hook. Again, gets in that wiggle spot. And you could see it was definitely right at the break point. Remember, the blue line is the good line, red line, not so much.
Remember, these two rooming together this week in Portland. Cleans that one up. We move to the 8th. 14-pin match. Our 4th and final first round matchup of the night. We're back with you next Monday, April 15th, 8 Eastern, as we wrap up the first round. Wes Malott, Blanchard, Marshall Kent, Dom Barrett, and others in action. Tang in the 8th. Come on, 10-pin.
Pretty good shot there, but the ball quit. Right before it got in front of the 1-3 pocket, it rolled out. So it didn't have enough steam as it entered the pocket, leaving that quitter 10-pin. Watch this. Watch the motion as it starts to go left, and then it just kind of flattens out.
What'd you call it? A quitter 10-pin?
Quitter 10.
You're a quitter.
Yeah. We call it that because the weak 10 is the worst kind of 10 for a right-hander. It kind of messes with your ego and your masculinity.
Understood.
And since it's just standing there doing nothing, we call it the quitter 10.
You know what I've been calling the 10-pin all season long?
What's that?
Jerk. Prather, who was selected earlier today by the Portland Lumberjacks.
First pick.
Who's their general manager?
Portland Lumberjacks, Tim Mack. Moved in and curved it more. Beautiful. You know that Prather was the first player picked in the draft.
Today.
You know the winner of this match gets Tom Doherty. April 22nd. That's what Chris Prather is eyeing right now. One step closer.
And that would be an 8 versus 9 matchup as well.
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
Prather can max with a 230. Tang only a 195. And those two open frames really stung him in the 2nd and the 4th on that left lane. Gets a turkey.
Well, it's a dangerous combination when you've got a player that's got a lot of talent, and then all of a sudden they find this thing called confidence. That's a pretty lethal combination, and Chris Prather always knew that he was a good player, but now he truly believes that, and so does pretty much everyone else out here.
Tang's effort in the 9th. Needs to strike out here.
Yeah. Darren can shoot 195. You know, I was on a flight not too long ago with Darren's mom, and we had a great conversation. Darren Tang is a heck of a bowler. He needs to add one more piece to his arsenal, and he's going to be in that winner's circle, and that is somehow figuring out a way, find a way like Norm Duke did, a little lower rev player, finding a way to win with that game, or increase his rev rate. When he has to.
A little late kick on the 10. They told us it still feels like it's a growing year. The competitive level for him, not where he wants it to be. Actually felt kind of fortunate to be where he is at the moment.
He's mentally real tough, though. He's got a lot of moxie. He's not afraid of anything or anyone.
Little ankle biter took down the 10-pin.
Ankle biter? I like
down
that.
Low. Re-rack there. Two in a row for Tang. He's got 2 more shots here before he sits down. Ooh, that took an odd bounce.
Well, bad shot. He double dribbled it. And This is pretty much over.
Those usually strike.
Probably didn't mean to throw that shot. And as we watch Chris Prather finish the 10th frame here, guess who just sent me a text? Who's watching the telecast right now?
Tom Doherty?
No. Terrell Owens.
T.O.
Hi, T.O. Thanks for tuning in, man. Over and done. He's going to take on Tom Doherty. Hey, great strategy by him, forcing Darren Tang to play the deep inside line, his weakness, and Chris Prather's strength.
Prather, the 9 seed, moves on. He will take on Tom Doherty. You can see that one April 22nd here on FS1. Again, this is the first of 8 straight Monday nights of PBA playoff action here on FS1. Knockdown Mondays from Bayside Bowl. It all concludes June 2nd. We're talking June already? June 2nd right here at Bayside Bowl, live on Fox. The day before Saturday will be your Final Four, also on Fox. How about the commitment Fox Sports has made to PBA this season? It's been
phenomenal.
Absolutely over-delivered.
Yep.
Prather moves on 207-183. Charlie Mitchell, co-proprietor here at Bayside Bowl, getting in on the high fives. Surrounded by good company as always is Charlie. Prather, get the Sharpie and move on.
A good portion of what goes on here, it has a lot to do with Charlie Mitchell.
Shark moves on. So the top half of the round of 16 bracket is filled out. Coverage for that one begins April 22nd and also extends to April 29th. Next week, here's the 8 involved. Starts with the good one, Kent Svensson, and then it closes with the battle of some heavyweights, Wes Malott and Josh Blanchard, coming your way next Monday night. Coverage begins 8 Eastern right here on FS1. PBC face-to-face is next. Gomez, Page, Troupe, Prather all add their name to the list. They advance to the round of 16. We'll see you again next Monday night, 8 Eastern, with more round.